I can do a backup right now. Hold on, I can back it up. Okay. I always do this. I can't do a backup because I need to still save Andrews.
It's okay. I'm sure it'll save.
Okay.
Okay. So I did, oh my gosh, madcap player. I tried the Adobe InDesign and Adobe Illustrator, but that one was only a 7-day trial, and I needed longer than 7 days to like be able to familiarize myself with it, and so I couldn't do that. So I did this one, and this one was hard. It took me several days to like get the basics of it. So I did mine on one of the templates was a take-home handbook. And so since I do A-Leaf Girls in STEM, we do a handbook. And so what I did was just merge the two into madcap Player as my handbook. So I just did a couple of pages. You'll see the cover of it. That's our logo. Oh, hang on. Except, how do I make this one page? I don't want 2 pages.
Just increase the size like 125.
Well, that's what I was, okay. No, it still goes over to the other. Okay. Oh, well. So over here, you'll see the table of contents that talks about our hashtag is A-Leaf Girls in STEM. Then chapter 1, I did an introduction to STEM because really our handbook is for parents and kids. So chapter 1 was introduction to STEM. Chapter 2 was introduction to hashtag A-Leaf Girls in STEM. And then chapter 3 was just our expectations. Now you'll see a glossary on the table of contents, but there is not, I did not include one in there because on the template, there was nowhere to edit the glossary. And I could not figure out for the life of me how to do it because it wasn't part of the template, and it always just showed up on the published part. So you'll see the glossary and it'll be just blank, but that's why, because I could not edit it. Hashtag, so this is the first introduction part. We really like the phrase of don't ask students what they want to be when they grow up. Instead, ask them what problems they want to solve, and it's by Google Global. I will point out too, something that I did not like about this program was you'll see a lot of misspelled words. It's because it said if you don't buy the program, so when I tried to format or publish this, it said that it was going to be formatted kind of incorrectly with misspellings. So that's why there's a bunch of misspelled words in there, because I didn't buy the program. I went with the free program. So this is the result of it, which is
sure.
Interesting.
Sure.
Sure. I was a little upset. I'm like, you can't do that for a free program and do that. So anyway, so then we go to chapter 1. Which is our introduction to STEM. So it talks about what is STEM education, why do we do STEM, and then how do we promote STEM. And then chapter 2 was more specifically to A-Leaf. So A-Leaf Girls in STEM. So it was an overview. It gives you an overview of the A-Leaf Girls in STEM program, what 5th grade does, what 6th grade does. The second one is why do we do A-Leaf Girls in STEM? And then what are our goals with promoting A-Leaf Girls in STEM. And then chapter 3 was on our expectations. So this was more for the girls and the parents. All elite girls and STEM participants should be able to interact in group settings, should be positive and encouraging, follow campus rules and expectations, are responsible for cleaning up your own area, come to the AGS program every day with a positive attitude, prepared to learn and fun. And then of course we have a little disclaimer that kids who do not follow the A-Leaf Girls in STEM rules and expectations may be dismissed from the program. So that really just was the handbook for the parents. So you'll see over here the glossary that I was talking about. There's nothing on it. It didn't allow me to edit. It didn't pop up. All the other chapters, all the other slides did, but for some weird reason, there was no option to edit glossary. And I could not figure out, I spent like days trying to figure that out, and I just couldn't do it. So there has to be a way. I just wasn't able to kind of figure that out. Mm-hmm. So that really was our handbook for the parents. And then when you publish it, it gives you an option to turn it into a PDF. So which is what I ended up doing. So that is it.
So how long did it take you to actually get through all the tutorials to learn how to do that?
It took me a while. Like it took me several days, like of just of sitting in front of the computer for like 3 hours each time, trying to figure this out. Because it was hard. And then I'll admit, I kind of quit this, and I was like, I can't do it. It's way too hard. Let me try Adobe InDesign or Adobe Illustrator. But by then, my free trial, 7 days, has already ended. So I had to stick with this one by default. And so I figured if I can just figure out like the basics of what to do, I can figure out some of the other things.
Right.
To do.
Maddie, how did you get, you know how when you sign up for free trial on MadFlare, like they send it to your email, right? But I've been waiting for mine and it hasn't come through yet.
Maybe it went to your spam?
I checked too. Like, did you get it right away?
Mm-hmm. Like right away, so I started working right away, yeah.
Interesting, because I did two Gmail accounts and I still haven't gotten it, so.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This was probably definitely the toughest week of projects. They were all hard.
It was.
Oh yeah, like there was one of the choices that was like even close to being intermediate.
Yeah.
As far as level.
Beginner.
Or beginner. But no, like the four of us, I think, well, some of you are probably like up there, but as far as navigating through like a program, we basically can navigate through a program.
Uh-huh.
But like this last one in Unit 4, it's just like, holy cow.
Yeah, well, especially when they're interactive, because sometimes you have to group a picture and a button together for that button to activate that video or something.
Yes.
So it's not just, it used to be you can just drag and drop and hit play and it'll play, but some of the, like InDesign, you've got to be careful. If you put a lot of stuff in there, you don't group them right and activate them together, they won't work. And you're like, okay, why is it not working? And so that's kind of what I went through with InDesign. I had a nice little slideshow I was going to do where it just plays on its own, but the buttons, it wouldn't work. I followed this guy, whatever he's saying, and it's just not working.
Yeah. Good job, Betty, though, with persistence. My gosh.
Yeah.
That's like,
well,
Yeah,
I had to.
I didn't try madcap, but it just looked too difficult.
It was hard. I will tell you, it was hard. But
good job overall, though. For being like a book format, it looks good.
Mm-hmm. Especially the front page, it's very catchy.
Yeah.
I just wish that in the free trial there were no typos in it. Like the typos and the glossary were the two big things that irritated me that I couldn't figure out.
That's definitely something I would write about in your reflection on this one.
Yep, I already did.
Okay.
Yep, because I was like, that was not good.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
Chris. Are you going next, Chris?
Yeah, that's fine.